Russia has experienced heavy losses of some of its top military personnel since it waged war with Ukraine on the 24th of February. On Wednesday, Ukrainian officials said that its army had reportedly killed its 15th Russian commander since the beginning of the conflict. Before we proceed, please subscribe to my channel. Colonel Alexei Sherov, who commanded the 810th Guards Separate Order of Zhukov Brigade in the Russian Marines, was reportedly shot dead in the southern port city of Mariupol, where tens of thousands of people remain trapped amid a siege. Sherov was the fifth colonel to be killed in the war, and he joins 5 generals as well as several other top-ranked Russian military officials, including captains and majors. Many of the deaths have not been officially confirmed by Russia's Ministry of Defense, but have been confirmed by Ukraine's Ministry of Defense and other media sources in Russia and Ukraine. Newsweek has contacted the Russian Ministry of Defense to confirm all 15 names. Here is the list of Russia's top military brass that have reportedly been killed during the conflict. Colonel Alexei Sherov. Russian Colonel Alexei Sherov was reportedly killed by Ukrainian forces, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry has said. Reports have suggested that Russia has lost as many as 15 generals during its invasion of Ukraine. Sherov's death was revealed in a telegram post by Odessa Military Administration spokesman Sergei Brachuk and reported by Ukrainian news outlets including Ukrinform. Ukrainian Army officer Anatoly Stefan also tweeted the news of the death. Major General Vitaly Gerasimov. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense said that Gerasimov was killed outside Kharkiv on the 7th of March. He was a 1-star rank Russian Ground Forces Major General. Major General Andrei Kaleshnikov. Kaleshnikov, another 1-star rank serviceman commanding the 29th Combined Arms Army, was killed in Ukrainian territory on the 11th of March, Ukraine's military and media reported. Major General Andrei Sukhovetsky. Sukhovetsky was the commanding general of Russia's 7th Airborne Division and deputy commander of the 41st Combined Arms Army. He was the first reported high-ranking loss for Russia's military. He was said to be killed by sniper fire. Major General Oleg Mityaev. Oleg Mityaev, commander of Russia's 150th Motorized Rifle Division, was allegedly killed in fighting in Mariupol. Ukrainian Interior Ministry advisor Anton Gerashchenko announced the death on Telegram on the 16th of March, sharing a photo of a person he said was the officer. Mityaev, 46, was in command of the 150th Motorized Rifle Division, which he had led since 2020. Before the Ukraine war, the division was deployed in the Rostov region, at the Ukrainian border. He had previously fought in Syria and in 2016 had been appointed as commander of a Russian military base in Tajikistan. Lieutenant General Andrei Mordvichev. The high-ranking Russian general reportedly died when Ukrainian forces hit an airfield in Kornobayivka, near Kherson Airport, the General Staff of Ukraine's army claimed in a social media post. Lieutenant Colonel Dmitry Safronov. Safronov, commander of the Russian Armed Forces 61st Separate Marine Brigade, was killed in the Battle of Chuhuv, a city in Kharkiv Oblast. Lieutenant Colonel Denis Glebov. Glebov, who was deputy commander of the 11th Separate Airborne Assault, was killed during the liberation of Chuhuv, according to Ukrainian officials. TASS, the Russian news agency, said he had been ordered the Order of Courage after his death. Guard Colonel Konstantin Zizevsky. Mikhail Vedernikov, the governor of the Pskov region in Russia's northwest, reported on Instagram that Zizevsky, a Guards colonel, was killed during fighting in the eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. Guard Lieutenant Colonel Yuri Agarkov. Vedernikov confirmed the Guard Lieutenant Colonel's death in the same Instagram post. He died alongside fellow paratrooper Zizevsky. Russian media reported that he commanded a motorized rifle regiment. Colonel Andrei Zakharov, the commander of the 6th Tank Regiment of the 90th Tank Division, was killed near Kyiv, according to Ukraine's Defense Ministry. Colonel Sergei Porokna. Porokna, the commander of the 12th Separate Guards Engineering Brigade, died while deploying a bridge, according to media reports and Ukraine's armed forces via Facebook. Colonel Sergei Sukharev. Colonel Sergei Sukharev, of the 331st Guards Parachute Assault Regiment from Kostroma, was killed in battle along with 4 other members of the regiment, Russian state-run television and radio company GTRK Kostroma reported. the commander of the 331st Guards Parachute Assault Regiment from Kostroma was killed in battle with 4 other members of the regiment, Russian state-run television and radio company GTRK Kostroma reported. Sukharev, who had commanded the paratroop regiment since 2021, was killed in battle alongside Captain Alexei Nikitin, Senior Sergeant Sergei Lebedev, Sergeant Alexander Limonov and Corporal Yuri Degtyarev, according to the news outlet. General Magom Tushev, a leading Chechen Special Forces warlord, was killed near Hostomel. He commanded the 141st Motorized National Guard Brigade, and has been accused of leading several homophobic purges in Chechnya. Guards Colonel Vladimir Zhoga. His death was reported on Telegram by Denis Pushilin, the head of the Russian-backed Donetsk People's Republic. Pushilin said the Ukraine-born commander of the Sparta Separate Reconnaissance Battalion, a neo-Nazi Kremlin-backed separatist force based in Donetsk, had been killed while evacuating civilians. Please don't forget to subscribe.